Simple Cyber Defense Podcast, the Malware Series, Episode 4, How to Remove Malware. Welcome to the last episode of the Simple Cyber Defense Malware series. In this episode, I will discuss how to remove malware from your computing device. So let's begin. So you were in a position where you were careful, or maybe not, and your computer got infected with malware. Don't worry. In this episode, I will discuss methods on how to remove the malware from your computer. Depending on the type of malware your computer got infected with, removal can be easy or very difficult. With some malware, it is just a matter of removing the bad program from your computer and you're done. Others require special programs for both detection and removal. But there are some, no matter what you do, the only way to fully remove the malware is to completely delete everything and install the operating system from scratch. Some of the most common softwares to remove malware, and remember, I'm not sponsored by any of these products, are as follows. There's Bitdefender, there's Avast, there's AVG Antivirus, there's Windows Defender, there's Malwarebytes, Spybot Search and Destroy, and Norton Power Eraser. So let's see how all of this works. Okay, so now we're on my computer here, and you can see I've downloaded all the different programs that you can use. I don't recommend downloading all of them, especially with the Bitdefender, Avast, and AVG. Usually you just pick one of those three to do, but this is for demonstration purposes only. So we're going to take a first look at Bitdefender. It's a really simple program. Most of the settings are going to be automatically done. The things that you would want to look at is the system scan. So what you want to do is just hit system scan, and it's going to start scanning the system. And then if it finds anything, it's going to automatically quarantine or delete depending on how bad the little program is. And depending on how many files that you have on your system, this may take a while. And since this is a virtual box that I'm running in, it didn't find anything. Hopefully, it won't find anything on your computer either. So the next little program that we're going to look at is Avast Free. Again, this is pretty much similar to Bitdefender, except it's a little more hands-on and requires you to do more. So what you want to do is click on the protection and then click on virus scans, and then you can either click on the different settings: full scan, target scan, boot time scan, or you use a custom scan. There's also an option for a smart scan. So we're just going to run a smart scan to be real quick. Go through each setting to make sure that there are no problems. So again, it didn't. So in here, it tells you the different. It found 3 problems on my virtual machine, and you can resolve all of them just by clicking Resolve All. And it will tell you, hey, you need a subscription for this. If you want to, you can buy a subscription or not. It's up to you. These issues are only going to be issues because you have the free version of it. As long as you're safe and be careful what you do, what your really main focus is on the virus is the malware part of this. So we're going to skip for now and then hit done. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is AVG antivirus. Again, here it's going to be pushing their subscription fees things. You just want to hit the computer portion. And then you just hit scan computer. And it's just going to scan to see if there's any malware on there. This one's going to act a lot like AVAS, but just a different format. Again, for this, you just want to pay attention to the virus and other malware scans. So nothing's been found. And again, it's going to go through the advanced threats to push into their subscription things exactly the same as AVAS did. Okay. The next program we're going to look at is Malwarebytes. And here, you're going to get a little bit more information than AVAS and AVG. You have your dashboard, which will have one section where they'll push their premium features for a subscription fee. And then the next one is your scans, where you can have different scans, and also schedule a scan if you are a paid subscription. And then you're going to have your quarantine section where you can see all the different quarantines of programs that they've detected as malware. And then you're going to have your reports where they'll tell you about each detailed scans. And then you have your settings where you can have it automatically update and other things in here. Some of them are available in the free version, some are only the premium versions. So then we're going to go back to the dashboard and hit scan now. And it's going to first check for updates to make sure that their list of malware is up to date. Then it's going to do its pre-scan. And then it's going to scan the memory to make sure there's nothing hiding in there. And then it's going to scan the startup files to make sure that there's no malware that's hiding in there. They'll automatically start up behind the scenes without you noticing. And then it's going to scan other locations where malware is known to be hiding to make sure that there's nothing there. And at the end, it's going to give you a little summary of what it found or didn't find. So my system is completely clean, and we're good to go. If there is some infections, I'll give you some options to remove them. Okay, the next program we're going to look at is SpyBot Search and Destroy. This is a very powerful tool that seems very daunting at first, but once you get used to it, it's a very easy program to use. So what it's going to do first, it's going to create a whitelist. This way it will speed up the amount of time that each scans by looking at the system, make sure that parts that aren't infected aren't going to get scanned each time. The only downside about this program is it does take a while for it to get set up and to do scans. Okay, now that we have that whitelisting process out of the way, we can look at the 3 different options that we have for the SpyBot. The first one is to do a system scan. The next one is to immunize. And the last one is to update. So about once a week, I would recommend opening up this program and updating and doing a system scan. Make sure everything is good to go. So we're just going to click on the system scan, and again, this is going to take a long time to do. So I recommend doing this at night before you go to bed and to wake up in the next morning to look at the results. So then when you hit the system scan, you're going to come up with 3 other options, and it's going to ask you to start scan, disable tracking cookies. Right now we're just going to worry about starting the scan. So then it's going to go through the system and scan everything. Right now we're just going to stop the scan because we're not going to go through this long process. So right now I just found nothing. If it did find something, it'll open up another dialog box for you to check each program you want to delete that SpyBot viewed as malware. All you have to do is just check on the checkbox and then hit the get rid of programs. And so that is SpyBot. The next program we're going to look at is called Norton Power Eraser. So this is an easy program. It just has a few options for you to do. Okay. So then the options you have is unwanted application scans. So it's going to sit there and look for unwanted programs that are on the computer and get rid of them. Okay, at the end, you'll see a little list of saying if there's any risks. This computer didn't find any risks because there's nothing on it. So that completes all the different programs that you can use to remove malware from your computer. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. All links are in the show notes. This completes the malware series, and I hope to see you in the next series. If you like what was in this episode, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with others. For more information, to suggest a topic, or to donate, head over to simplecyberdefense.com.